Hi guys, and welcome back to Riley's on the Road.
We were in Fayetteville, West Virginia by New River Gorge National Park for a week.
Let's check it out.
It took 6 hours to arrive in Fayetteville, West Virginia. Our campsite was nice and big with lots of grass. The woods behind our camper were full of fireflies at nighttime.
Our first outing was to Babcock State Park. The Glade Creek Gristmill is a big tourist stop, but it didn't open until the Saturday after we went. It uses the river to grind cornmeal, which you can buy. They had this cute swing in front of it to take pictures. After that, we went on a hike on the Island in the Sky Trail. What we were told was a moderate hike quickly turned into a difficult one with lots of rock climbing and precarious ramps and ladders. After that, we hiked the Lakeview Trail around a lake. There was evidence of viewers on this trail.
One day we went to Beckley Expedition Coal Mine. After we got our tickets, we went to the Youth Museum on the property. It was a fun museum about animation. We made animation sounds and a little video. Then we got into the coal mining history. We looked at a little town relevant to the time period that was moved to the site. There was a company store, weaving room, moonshine shed, schoolhouse, and two-story house. In the two-story house, they had some old toys like these chickens. After that, we got on the coal mine train and went in the coal mine. The mine was operational for 20 years from 1890 to 1910. Our tour guide was amazing. He was actually a retired coal miner from a different mine, but retirement didn't suit him, so he drove the train for the Beckley coal mine. We got to learn lots of facts, like it was 20 cents per car, and if the car wasn't filled really high, you got paid nothing. Mining was really dangerous. Our guide showed us a little light that they would have used, and that was all the light they had. We saw some of the machines that helped make coal mining easier. West Virginia's big moneymaker was coal mining. This specific coal mine has had a lot of music videos shot in it, including Toby Mac's Promised Land video. I suggest watching it. After we came out of the coal mine, we went to some other old mine town buildings. We saw the church, a one-person, one-room shanty, family 3-room house, superintendent 2-story house, and the schoolhouse. They had the 10 Commandments on the wall of the schoolroom. The last place we went was the Coal Mining Museum. We saw quite a few artifacts from coal mining, including a cash register for a company store and a board with wheels the coal miners used to roll to their part of the mine instead of crawling. That might be where skateboards come from. Beckley Expedition Coal Mine was a great outing with lots of history. We went to New River Gorge National Park. We looked through the museum and got our Junior Ranger badges at the Visitor Center. The ranger gave us a few suggestions for the day, and we chose to do a scenic drive and a hike. He also told us the national park sign was put in the day we got there. New River Gorge was a national river before it was a national park, but had been a national park for 3 years. After the visitor center, we headed on a scenic drive. We got to see the New River Gorge Bridge. It is on the West Virginia border. The road was quite windy and downhill. When we got to the bottom, we drove on a bridge across the river and parked. We got out and walked down to the river. It was very pretty. Next, we headed over to a little walk to a beautiful waterfall. After that, we had lunch at Tudor's Biscuit World, which is a restaurant only in West Virginia. After lunch, we headed home to let the dogs out, and I got my bunny. Then we headed back to New River Gorge to do a hike. My bunny was in my backpack the whole time. It was about 2 miles round trip. The view was beautiful when we got to the top with the bridge in the background. It was a very nice hike, and it was cool that I could bring my bunny.
West Virginia's capital, Charleston, is quite small compared to others, but the Capitol building is beautiful, especially the Golden Dome on top. Inside, the inner dome was not as elaborate, but it allowed the beautiful round chandelier to shine. There wasn't much to see here, but next door, the West Virginia State Museum was amazing. It was an immersive experience where you walk through West Virginia's history from prehistoric times to modern day. From background noise to motion sensing animatronics and even a pond that every time you stepped on it, the fish got scared and swam wild. Surroundings made it felt like you were at the place, and even the floor changed as the exhibits went on. Overall, this might be one of the best museums I've ever been to, and who would have known that this little museum in Charleston, West Virginia would be so cool. After, my parents stopped at a distillery to try some moonshine because the Appalachian Mountains are infamous for the illegal distilleries during Prohibition.
I put on the Virginia sticker and Ashton put on the West Virginia sticker.
With our first major highlight, Cherry Blossom Festival in DC, in our rearview mirror, we are now heading to the interior of the U.S. to visit with friends and family. Unfortunately, there aren't very many thousand trails in the middle of the country, and it's hard for us to boondock for more than a couple of days. We will be staying at private campgrounds with full hookups. Last week's campground was a small family-owned, well-kept beauty. In my opinion, West Virginia gets a bad rap. It's a beautiful state, and with the adoption of the New River Gorge as an official national park in 2020, tourism is booming. Most of our activities were free this week. Bonus!
West Virginia is beautiful.
See you next week on Riley's on the Road. Bye!